my channel today, where I'm going to be doing a book review for you over the book If You Will Ask by Oswald Chambers. And if you have never read this, I really recommend it for you. I have really received a great challenge from reading this book, and it has enhanced my prayer life, to be sure. And I'll tell you the reason why. I'm going to read the back of the book for you. It's not a very long read, and it's 95 pages. That's it. And I have made lots of highlighting in here and everything because he has a way with words. Oswald Chambers, he's very convicting and to the point. He really makes you stop and look at yourself. He does not sugarcoat anything. And his forthright approach really cuts to the quick. You know what I mean? He just does not let things go by unnoticed, and he makes sure that you completely understand what it is that he's talking about, and really addresses the flesh, I think, because the flesh does not like to have to work when it comes to prayer or anything like that. However, he says if it is work, that there's an internal issue, you know. So he really has a different approach to the topic of prayer that I have found quite refreshing, and I really like it, and challenging as well. So the back of this book, he talks about how God's silences are his answers. If we only take as answers those that are visible to our senses, we are in a very elementary condition of grace. Prayer changes things is a phrase we use a lot. Oswald Chambers would change that phrase to prayer changes me, and then I change things. In this small but powerful book on prayer, Chambers reveals the key problem with the way many of us pray today. That is, we focus our prayers on ourselves instead of on God. The purpose of prayer is not to get healed, get a job, get our house sold, or get whatever else we want. It's to get the life of God in us. As it has everything else, our me-centered culture has infiltrated our prayer life, and we suffer from what Chambers calls a disease of the nerves taking a spiritual twist. Our relative affluence has left us foolishly self-sufficient and complacent. If our only reason to pray is for our own needs, and if we are pretty well meeting our own needs, why pray? Chambers tells us why. He shows us what we are missing when we don't have the life of God in us. See what I mean? Pretty poignant. I really, really enjoy that about him, though. It's quite refreshing in a very society where, you know, you heap to yourselves teachers having itching ears, and not me per se, but it's like a lot of times people don't appreciate the truth, and they like to be told that they're doing a wonderful job and that they're not doing anything wrong and they don't need to have to change anything. And Oswald Chambers takes that approach to where you do need to change something, and your prayers need to change in order to truly change what's most important. And what's most important is not your physical comfort. What's most important is how much is God alive in you? How much are you letting him live through you? And it really makes you think about that. And I really appreciate that challenge that he offers. So if you're up for the Christian challenge, I recommend Oswald Chambers' book on prayer. Even though it's a quick read, I'm going to be reading it again because I don't want to miss anything, you know. And so it's a wonderful book in the study on prayer, and to be more effective in not only our praying, but in our walk with God, because it makes you realize sometimes how much you try to limit God, or how selfish you really are. And I think that that's really what it is that he wants people to realize. Don't be so self-centered, even in your praying. It's just really convicting and motivating to do better. And I really appreciate that about his works. So if you're up for it and up for the challenge spiritually, I would definitely recommend having this in your Christian library. If You Will Ask by Oswald Chambers. The only thing I would change about this book is I wish it was longer. It was just a great read, and like I said, I enjoy his perspective. So it's refreshing. It's very refreshing. And So I really encourage you to read this book. It's a great addition to our Christian walk. Thanks so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.